Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lessons from Life. My name is Samuel Carter. For 27 years, I worked as a janitor at Westbridge High School. Every morning, I unlocked the doors before sunrise. Every evening, I turned off the lights after everyone had gone home. Thousands of students walked past me every year. Most never learned my name. To them, I was simply the janitor, invisible. But I didn't mind, because I knew something they didn't. Kindness doesn't need an audience. Every morning, I greeted every student with the same words. "Good morning, I hope today is a great day." Some smiled back, most kept walking. One rainy Monday, I noticed a boy sitting alone on the front steps. His backpack was soaked, and his shoes were covered in mud. He looked like he hadn't slept in days. "Everything okay?" I asked gently. He forced a smile. "I'm fine." But I knew he wasn't. I invited him inside before the first bell rang and made him a cup of hot chocolate from the teacher's lounge. His name was Ethan. He finally admitted that his father had lost his job, and his family had been living in their car for almost 2 weeks. He didn't want anyone at school to know. I promised I wouldn't tell a soul. From that day on, I made sure there was always breakfast waiting for him before classes started. Sometimes it was just toast, sometimes eggs, sometimes pancakes I made at home. I always told him there was extra food. He never realized I had prepared it just for him. Months passed. Ethan's grades improved. His smile slowly returned. Then graduation came. He hugged me before leaving. "Thank you for everything," he whispered. I smiled. "You earned every bit of your success." Years passed. Students came and went. Life remained simple, until one afternoon. The principal called me into his office. "There are some visitors asking for you." For me? I couldn't imagine why. When I opened the conference room door, I saw 6 well-dressed adults standing together. For a moment, I didn't recognize any of them. Then one of them smiled. "Still making hot chocolate?" It was Ethan. Before I could say a word, he wrapped me in the biggest hug I'd ever received. The others introduced themselves. One was a doctor. Another was an engineer. One owned a successful restaurant. Another had become a lawyer. Every one of them had attended the school years ago, and every one of them remembered me. "We all have a story," Ethan said. The doctor spoke first. "When my mother passed away, Mr. Carter sat with me after school every day until I was ready to go home." The engineer smiled. "When I couldn't afford a winter coat, one mysteriously appeared in my locker." The restaurant owner laughed. "You told me burning my first meal didn't mean I'd fail forever." The lawyer wiped away tears. "When everyone else gave up on me, Mr. Carter kept believing in me." I stood there speechless. I had forgotten many of those moments, but they hadn't. Then Ethan handed me a small box. Inside was a silver key. "What is this?" I asked. "It's the key to your new house." I stared at him. "My what?" The room filled with smiles. "We all pitched in," Ethan said. "You spent your life helping students who couldn't repay you. Now it's our turn." I couldn't speak. I simply cried. A week later, they drove me to a beautiful little cottage surrounded by flowers. It wasn't a mansion. It wasn't luxurious. It was perfect. There was a handwritten plaque beside the front door. It read, "Home of the man who taught us that the smallest acts of kindness create the biggest changes." That evening, I sat on the porch watching the sunset. For the first time in years, I realized something. Success isn't measured by the money in your bank account. It's measured by the lives you've touched. The next morning, there was a knock at my door. Outside stood a teenage boy from the neighborhood. "Mr. Carter?" "Yes?" "My mom said you used to help kids." I tried. He smiled shyly. I could really use someone to talk to. I stepped aside and opened the door. "Come in." Because retirement may have ended my job, but it never ended my purpose. People often dream of becoming famous. Others dream of becoming rich. I only ever wanted to make someone's day a little better. Looking back, I think I became richer than I ever imagined. Not because of what I owned, but because of the people who remembered how I made them feel. And that's a kind of wealth that lasts forever. Please like, comment, and subscribe this channel to see more heart-touching story. See you in the next video.